So while hopefully you and yours had a fantastic Christmas, mine was fine. The Knicks won. That's all I really wanted at the end of the day. I just kept it low key and hung out at the house while the rest of the family was sick. Nintendo probably didn't have the best holiday season, and it's not because they didn't get their favorite gift or their favorite sports team didn't win. It's because an announcement was made a couple of days before Christmas that has quickly garnished the interest of many people on the internet. It's a constant problem that Nintendo has had in the past 2+ decades, and now it's coming to their main system, their only system on the marketplace. Well, at least for now. We all kind of anticipate that there will be a Nintendo Switch 2 of some sort happening in 2024. So what exactly am I talking about with this? Well, it involves the Flash Cart scene. Now, if you know anything about Flash Carts and the Flash Cart scene, they've been around for Nintendo handhelds for a very long time. I remember I had one for my Nintendo DS that was disguised as something that would play like movies and MP3s on your Nintendo DS, but it also allowed you the ability to play backup games on the system. It was called Max Media Player, and you could get it at places like Best Buy and GameStop for like 20 or 30 bucks. Of course, there's the R4 cards that also came out that are very popular for both the DS and the 3DS, so this is something that Nintendo has constantly dealt with over the years, but I don't think many of us expected to see this. A Flash Cart is coming to the Nintendo Switch, allegedly in January. Now, we'll discuss this sort of thing. We'll take a look at the video showcasing it off. Then we'll ask, of course, some questions about it because I do have a few questions. But if this is actually like a thing, with the distribution of Chinese manufacturers, I'm assuming this is going to be a Chinese manufacturer, and so many different outlets and ways to get these products and how copyright laws don't really play into what goes on in China. This could be very hard for Nintendo to stop. So this is being done by a Twitter account called AfterTimeX. They also have a website where they announced that they have one of their followers gave them an exclusive video from an upcoming product for this, what this person is a beta tester for. So apparently there is a Flash Cart coming to the Nintendo Switch, and you could see a brief demonstration here. The person is all covered up. They got the white gloves on. They got the jacket on here. It's like, you're not even seeing what race I am, pal. You don't know where I am. All right, so you could see here that there is some sort of cartridge, something that you put into the Nintendo Switch, and then there is a micro SD card that is being used for this. So they basically insert the cartridge into the holster here and put it into the cartridge slot of the Nintendo Switch, and then they show you that this is Super Mario Brothers Wonder. They take it out, put it back in, still Super Mario Brothers Wonder, and then they decide to run the game to really show you that this is Super Mario Brothers Wonder. I guess they're trying to just prove that this is actually a thing that is working. This is, this isn't being done with Photoshop or a video editor or anything. So then they return to the home menu. They close out Super Mario Brothers Wonder. They take the card out once again, put it back in, and then you can see a little light go on there. There's a green light. And then all of a sudden, it's Immortals Phoenix Rising. And then all of a sudden, it's another game. What's that? Oddworld? It's an Oddworld game. And then all of a sudden, it's Crash Insane Trilogy. And then or Team Racing. I'm not sure which game that is. All of a sudden, it's Mario Kart 8. So what the hell is going on here? And then to show you that it is the actual game, they go ahead and boot up the game, and Mario Kart 8 is indeed the game, as we'll see here in just a second. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So basically what's being done here is whenever the device itself is, I guess, turned on or activated, it's reading games off of this card and basically telling your Nintendo Switch that that's what the card in the game is. a lot of these devices, of course, have like a menu-based system in which you would access like a home menu, and then you would go into that home menu and then choose which game or what games you would want to play and all sorts of stuff like that. It doesn't seem like this has a menu-based system on it. So this is, of course, like extremely interesting, because if this is indeed a product, like, how is Nintendo going to essentially stop this? You know what I'm saying? Like I said, there's so many Chinese manufacturers and resources out there. They sell on places like Amazon. They sell on places like eBay, and there's no real way to sort of stop them unless you go to the root of the situation. And the root of the situation is in a country where the copyright laws are not the same as they are here. Now, scrolling down here, you could see that basically they say it works for all firmwares, all console types, and all regions. So they basically got this video. They think it's perfectly legit, and supposedly the first units are shipping in January of 2024. So we're going to learn about price point. We're going to learn about all that stuff very soon. And there has been people within the, emulation and modding community, well-respected individuals who have large followings and kind of know their stuff, that have also come out and talked about this on places like Twitter. So it seems like this is an actual product and an actual reality. In my opinion, though, I'm still a little bit skeptical. I'm, just human nature with things like the internet. It's good to be skeptical on these things, and I would rather be proven wrong than proven right, meaning that I would rather say, hey, I have some questions about this, and then this device comes out, or we get more information about it, and all of those questions are answered, rather than being like, hey, this is a real product, it's definitely coming out in January, and then nothing happens, and you wind up with egg on your face. I do kind of question the price point for something like this as well. It's not very hard to get Nintendo Switch ROM, so I don't think it needs to come preloaded or anything like that. If there's a program on the micro SD card, do we have to use the micro SD card that comes with this device, or do we use our own program? Like, there's some questions about this that I have, because, essentially I feel like this right here, this cartridge is just a way to put in a memory card into the Nintendo Switch cartridge slot. I'm not of the mindset that this cartridge has stuff like proprietary stuff built into it. Because it has a micro SD card, I tend to believe that everything is probably essentially on that micro SD card. So we'll be able to use other micro SD cards if that is the case, or maybe I'm wrong on that and everything is sort of housed on here. You have to imagine, though, that Nintendo is probably pretty annoyed with this. When you look at file sizes for Nintendo Switch games, they're not like Blu-ray discs of, 170 gigabytes or something like that. Most of the mainline Nintendo games are 16 gigabytes or under, and these are the first-party games we're talking about. Tears of the Kingdom is slightly above 16 gigabytes. Like, you could fit multiple games on a 128 gigabyte cartridge. Obviously, third-party stuff is going to be a little bit different. But at least, I guess, if there is a silver lining for Nintendo with this, at least we're kind of at the end of the system's life cycle. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure they will do everything they can to try and stop this and thwart this. I kind of hesitated on whether or not to make a video about it, but I see other people making videos on it. So you know what? If this is a product that you're looking forward to and you're hopeful for, and now it gets shut down for some reason, blame SpawnWave. Because SpawnWave made a video first. I was actually going to make a video on this Saturday, and then I decided, I was like, well, no. And then I had the stuff happen with my family where we had to cancel Christmas, and I was like, okay, I'll just talk about that instead. And then John talked about it Sunday, and like, people seem super interested in it. So I just wanted to share kind of my 2 cents on the situation. And like I said, if this all comes crumbling down, if this was a real product, and then we learn that it got canceled, we're all blaming SpawnWave, because that's the easiest thing to do. But let me know in the comment section down below what you think about this product. Do you think this is a legitimate product? If so, what do you think is going to happen as far as Nintendo is concerned? What do you think a price point is going to be for this device? I have to imagine, usually these run about, even when they're brand new, Like, I can't imagine it being over $150, maybe $200, because you could buy a modded Switch on a lot of places for, you know, not that much more than that, and you get a full device. So price point will be very interesting with this. And can they pull this off without being caught? If this is a real product, I mean, I will check it out just for curiosity's sake to see, you know, does it actually work? What sort of stuff is being used in it? You know, how it works. We'll try to figure all that out with you guys. But I just wanted to bring this to your guys' attention because I find it to be very interesting. So give me your thoughts in the comments section down below. And as always, guys, hope you had a great Christmas. My Knicks won. The Giants lost, but my Knicks won. We beat the Bucks. And that's all I really wanted. You know, we're going to get together sometime next week and hopefully have Christmas. Grandma now has COVID as well. She got it from Grandpa. Grandpa is feeling better. Now, Grandma doesn't feel all that hot, but it's not like a super serious case or anything like that. Like, they're, you know, considering they're both, you know, in their mid 80s, like, they're doing a lot better than a lot of people would have been. So, you know, they're still up and about and talking and all that sort of stuff. So, you know, could be worse. It could be worse for sure, but I hope you had a great Christmas, no matter how you celebrate, or if you don't celebrate Christmas, I hope you had a solid Monday. Kind of weird that Christmas fell on a Monday this year. And as always, guys, thank you for watching this video. I already said that part. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you are new here. Make sure you like the video or dislike the video. Make sure you share the video. Maybe you want to squeal the Nintendo. Hey, I could use some brownie points with them, considering they hate me anyways. And as always, guys, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Later.